I'd love for you guys to hear the story. I wish I had a J or something while we can chill back and relax and talk about it. This story is so dope, Keem. And the best part about it, Keem, I documented everything that happened that night live on Twitter. So I'm just going to open it up to read you my tweets as I tell the story, because this was the most fantastic story of my life.
Okay.
So
Knights
the
of
whole
the Round
time,
Table
as I'm
vibes.
planning this event, right, I'm in talks with Lenny S., who's DJ Khaled's manager, who runs Rock Nation, who manages Jay-Z. I have Lenny S.'s mentorship in this. Tyler Perry is helping me through this. OVO Johnny, who's OVO Ryan's brother, who's in Drake's team, who gave me this tattoo at OVO's tattoo shop, was FaceTiming me every 5 minutes to see how it was going. But here was the beauty of it, right?
Shout out to Bearwoods. That's our weed sponsor tonight. FOUSEY, if you want to blaze up, we got it on deck.
Yo, this story, please put this in the documentary.
Okay.
Can you like this?
Yeah.
Do you mind? Wait, do you mind?
I don't care.
He's
No,
going to
no.
get so high, he's going to freak out.
I won't smoke. I won't
Shade
smoke out of
tweets out.
respect for Shane.
No, yeah, I'm just kidding.
No.
Well, maybe he will. I don't know.
I leave my house the day before, right? And there's so much energy surrounding us. And before leaving my house, right, I had knew that I wanted Drake to get there. I knew I was in talks with OVO Johnny. I knew I was in talks with all this, but it hadn't fully happened yet. I leave my house. I take my friends to dinner. We're walking in. TMZ is there. TMZ, I don't know why they didn't post it, whatever, but TMZ did a thing. I gave a message to Drake, LeBron James. I was full of love, happiness.
Yeah, but even that right there, couldn't someone say, if TMZ was there, how come it didn't get posted?
I have the text though with him right now, and you can ask him yourself. He said there's a story. The story they're gonna run, and I'll tell you right now, is my opinion on Logan versus KSI that I did outside the restaurant.
Well, the thing is, like, there's just all this different stuff. Like, Drake might come, TMZ.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
all this different open-ended stuff that nobody can confirm. And what we can confirm is that, like, what happened at the actual event.
One, it will be confirmed by the next one, because I guarantee the next one will go exactly as planned. Two, I believe in manifestation, right? So I say exactly what I want to happen, and that's what gets it to happen. So I started July 15th a week ago just by putting it on a shirt. And with that one idea and energy and manifestation, every single thing I put is happening, but not in the way I wanted it to. I still get a chance to talk to you. My song still came out. I'm still in talks with Live Nation Ticketmaster, still in talks with Drake's team. Everything's still happening. It just turned shitty. But here's what happens. I finished TMZ. Me and my group end up going to a club called Lure. We hear Drake is at Delilah. I asked my buddy Country 3 times, is this where we're supposed to be? He goes, yes, I checked. I paid $1,000 for bottle service just because I knew I was going to be in the same room as Drake. I was going to be wearing a July 15th shirt. The king is back. He would have saw it. I believe the energy would draw me in. I believe that hard. What people call crazy, I call belief. So as we're walking in, I look at the napkin. It says Lure. I look at Country and I go, where are we meant to be? He goes, Delilah. I go, look where we are. I got so pissed off. I just walked away, and I'm just harnessing my energy because I don't want to lash out anymore. And then one of my team members, Andrew, who's best friends with, he's literally one of the kings. I'm going to get to it.
No, real quick. Is it kind of creepy that you're, like, trying to figure out where Drake is and you're, like, trying to stalk him?
I'll tell you why.
And trying to hunt him down to be like, yo, come to my YouTuber event.
I'll tell you why.
I could have DM'd him for you.
I'll tell you why. So before I even posted the video to P. Diddy and Quincy, I had Alfredo Flores reach out to Quincy, explain my event, and say, FOUSEY wants to do this. Is that okay? He gave me the green light. I'm not going to post the video to P. Diddy and Quincy without their respect, knowing that I'm going to make them feel like shit if they can't. They couldn't, but they still allowed me to put that energy out there. I'm in DMs with E40, Mr. Fab, The Game, Snoop Dogg.
Wait a minute. That didn't make sense what you just said. You got permission to ask them on Twitter?
I called up Alfredo Flores, who's Justin Bieber's best friend, and I said, brother, I don't know how to maneuver in this industry. Is it wrong for me to reach out to Quincy and Diddy and ask them to come to the event? He said, brother, all you have to do is share with them this energy. I'm sure they're down. Let me hit up Quincy. He hits up Quincy. Quincy follows me on Twitter. They allowed me to post the video. Quincy couldn't make it, but they still allowed me to put that energy out there. I'm in talks with DJ Khaled's manager.
So you got permission to ask somebody if they would perform
to
at
put
the
energy
event.
out there. These are all guys who believe in energy.
But do you understand how this doesn't make sense?
But it does, because I'm talking to Quincy. Just because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it didn't make sense to P. Diddy and Quincy.
It just, okay, let me just throw this out as my opinion. It feels like the the event yesterday might have got screwed up either way by the bomb threat. But a lot of the things that you didn't do, such as booking it months in advance, paying the artists for them to appear in advance, you know, like doing
Artists were doing it for free.
Right, but you know, normally they don't. Like doing all kinds of promotional stuff they would normally do. They'd put it on the radio. They would do all kinds of, you know, email blasts to try to get more people to come and stuff. Like when you look at the turnout was pretty low. The fact that the artists weren't confirmed and everything, it kind of just makes me feel like, oh, that's why venues book events the way they normally book events.
But I would say that, except for once you can we just take a minute for let me finish this Drake story?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you talk for such a long time, then I forget, like, okay, I want to confront that.
I'll just get into the Drake story.
Okay.
We end up at Delilah, Drake's club. I get out. I see Country go to the front desk. I instantly feel they're not gonna let us in. I walk away. I call OVO Johnny, OVO Ryan's brother on Drake's team. And the first thing I ask him, and you can ask him this, if you want to get somebody on John Muller, I guarantee you a part of OVO, Drake's team, will come on to back up every word I'm saying. And the first thing I asked him is, brother, I'm outside of the club Drake is at. I'm being creepy as shit. Is this wrong? Should I go home? He said, keep going, let God lead you. Drake's team member is telling me not to give up. Now, here's what's funny. He has a direct contact with Drake. If he wanted to, all he had to do was be like, let me call Drake. But he didn't, because he wanted me to do it on my own. As soon as he said that, I go to my team. I say, I need everybody to leave. I'm doing this on my own today. I'm standing outside of Delilah, a guy who literally is scared to be in places like this. I got Drake's team around me, beautiful girls walking in. I'm by myself, no plan. Benjamin Kicks walks up. I go up to Benjamin Kicks. Shout out Benjamin Kicks, met him that night. Give him the energy, explain to him July 15th, let him listen to the song. He goes, for sure, I'm with it. Another artist who performed last night comes behind me. First thing he says, he goes, Yusuf, I was born in East LA. I don't want to die in East LA. Can I get on your stage? I said, brother, done. He looks at me in the eyes. He goes, anything you need, I got you for life. Instantly, I go back to Benjamin Kicks. That same artist who saw me, found a way in. His boy was going to get him in through the back. He's running. He goes, FOUSEY, come on. I'm running through the back. I'm about to get into Drake's event. For some reason, I decided to turn back around. I go back. You can ask every person there. They'll confirm the story. I go back to Benjamin Kicks to say something, like bye, whatever. I turn around. The guy's inside. I'm like, shit. Next thing you know, I see the person from Louis Vuitton who sold me the shoes I just gave away to the 11-year-old yesterday in the crowd. And he was waiting out there. I tell him the story. He goes, well, our friends are about to let us in. Wait for us. The door opens. The security guard goes, ladies only tonight, fellas. I didn't even force it, didn't argue. I walked away. He got in because the girl said, no, this guy's with us. I didn't question it. I go back to the front. That same guy who got in, that artist, is at the smoking section through the gate. It looks so sketch. He goes, psst. I know how crazy this looks. I'm in front of Drake's security. I go up to him. I go, what? He goes, go to the back right now. I was like, are you crazy? He looks at me in the eye. He goes, go to the back. I felt it. I go to the back. I'm standing right next to Drake's white Rolls Royce, the one with the angel and the thing. Is that a Rolls? I'm not sure. I'm standing next to Drake's car. His security's around me in the cars, but they're not telling me to leave because it looked and felt like I deserved to be there. I didn't give up. I knew I had a plan that night, so I get on my knees. I put the message to Drake. Drake, I'm outside the club tonight. I sound like a crazy person who's literally crying outside the club, but I'm gonna meet you tonight. I put it out to the universe. I'm gonna meet Drake tonight. I put that energy out there. Door opens, guy gets me in. I go through the kitchen. We walk in. I was in the hottest LA party of the night. He whispers in my ear. He goes, Kylie Jenner's here. Drake is here. Ludacris is here. Everybody's here. He doesn't tell me where Drake is. All he says is, let God lead the way. I'm not trying to be preachy about God, but every single person was telling me this.
Everybody talks about God in your life. It's kind of interesting. Nobody ever says anything about God to me.
As soon as I accepted him for my life.
Right.
I swear. So I'm getting there. So now I'm inside the club, and here's where the tweets start and how I met Drake. So you're about to get the exclusive. You're
I'm ready.
in the documentary.
I need this.
And I would not put this story out there because anybody can go to Drake and his team and be like, did this event happen? And if it didn't happen, they'll be like, this guy should be arrested. He's crazy. I sound crazy right now because I'm the only one who was in there, you know? So
okay.
I'll show you the text.
No. Forget the text. How did you meet Drake? So
here it is.
You're in the party.
Here it is. As I'm outside, dream big, call me crazy now, call me crazy tomorrow. If I pull this off, it's because I'm crazy. Next tweet, I pray that Drake fulfills my God's plan. Next tweet, what some call desperation, I call hunger for success. That's when I finally said, I'm meeting Drake tonight. Remember this tweet for years to come. Next tweet, I'm inside the party Drake is in. I'm letting God lead the way. It's happening. Next tweet, it's a video that says scared shitless, but I'm trusting the process. Soon as I tweet that, I look to my right, Shawn Mendes is there. I tweet and I go, standing inches next to Shawn Mendes. Life is so surreal right now. I will meet Drake tonight. I'm shaking in a club with high industry people. All the Instagram the beautiful girls who I follow are in the booths. It's a lit night. I'm not giving up. And as I'm looking down at my phone, I look up, I say, and just like that, when I'm stuck, the real Dennis G, who's Drake's dad, walks right past me as I'm taking a snap of my shoes. Instead of bothering him and saying, can I speak to you? I said, please check your messages. Again, this is God's plan. He knows me. He was at Tyler Perry's Medea premiere. I have a picture with him. So I knew if I met Dennis, it would be good. But I knew he wasn't in the right place for me to talk to him, and I wanted him to have his fun. So I just trusted it. As soon as I decided that and stayed back, Kenny Hamilton, who's part of Justin Bieber's group, who knows me because I met them and partied with them, goes right in front of me. Oh, what's up, brother? Da-da-da. We're arm in arm. He goes, come with us. He takes me to his table. Whose table is it? Ludacris. I'm now in the hallway staring Ludacris in the eye, hitting my chest, saying, I'm going to be on stage tomorrow with more eyes on this event than the president has on the country to dispel hate. Ludacris gives me daps. And he goes, my brother, I feel it, keep going. At this point, I'm like, fuck what anyone's saying online. I'm doing this tonight. I go back to the booth. I'm dancing. I let Ludacris do what he does. Right after that, We the Best Music's whole group, a trio, Ivan Barrios, the other Haraki, who has a beard, I'm sorry, I forgot his name, walked past me. Ivan Barrios, DJ Khaled's, Diddy's, everybody's photographer, DM him, right? DM him, stops and talks to me for 10 minutes as I tell him this story, let him listen to the song. He doesn't tell me where Drake is yet. All he says is, you already did this, don't stop. Gives me his phone number. We try to take a picture. I'm almost there. Kenny looks at me. This is how crazy that night was. Kenny looks at me, he goes, no pictures. I go, fine. Ivan leaves, right? Right after that, you said you were gonna let me finish, let me get there. Didn't know what to do. The doubt is real, the hate is real, the fear is real, but you know what? The love is far stronger. Even if I have to stay up until the event and walk on the stage beaten, I'm gonna do it. I'm now standing by myself. The club is emptying out. The only people who are allowed to stay in the club is Drake's team. Guess who's standing with them? Me. Because I decided not to give up because I had a mission that night, as crazy as it sounded. I don't know what to do, but I believed in myself. Before I even met Drake.
So everyone leaves the club. No one's there except for Drake's own crew.
You gotta understand, Drake's own crew is like 60 people, and the celebrities who were in there. And I'll talk about that. I met OBJ that night, all this stuff. So let me finish.
Okay.
I'm standing in Drake's crew. Don't know what to do. As I'm standing there, I turn around. Drake's dad is coming back into the crew. As I'm going up to him, I miss him, but I touch the person behind him. For some reason, you're gonna get mad at this because I've said it so much. I don't know why I asked him this. I said, brother, do you believe in God? He looks at me like, of course I do. I said, give me 30 seconds and read this. He reads this post that says, 7 days ago, I came in with an idea to Sydney, Australia. This guy ends up being Drake's right-hand man. And as I tell him this story about how I'm gonna get Drake, and I'm pounding and I'm shaking and I'm telling him my purpose, I look at him in the eye and I go, I snuck in here tonight. If he wanted to protect Drake and kick me out, he would have said, get the hell out of here. He looks at me, he goes, he's feeling it. He knows I'm talking with a purpose and I mean it and I'm hungry. I'm psycho at this point, I'm hungry. He goes, wait right here. But before he goes, everyone's gonna have shit to say about this, you can ask him. He goes, how did you know my name? I look at him, I go, brother, I never met you in my life. If your name came out of my mouth today, I have no idea how. As soon as I said that, I watch him. I hadn't seen Drake the whole night. As soon as I put that energy in there, I look back into the crowd. Drake's team moves. I get my first vision of Drake face to face from like 20 feet. I start shaking because I know my manifestation is getting stronger. Drake is feet away from me. I watch the gentleman I just spoke to walk straight through Drake's crew without giving daps to anybody, go into Drake's ear, and for 5 minutes, this is what I see. He's sharing my message into Drake's ears. Okay. I don't give up. I'm standing there. I'm waiting. Next thing I know, the energy I felt I needed more, I look behind me. OBJ is there. Odell Beckham Jr. Ask him. I walk straight up to him. His security starts walking up to me. I hand him the phone. I go, read. His security grabs me and goes, hey, don't try to sell him on anything tonight. I go, let him. Dead ass. I was so hungry. I looked at his security. I said, let him. He reads the whole thing. He looks at me. He goes, you got that. I walk back to Drake's crew. I'm mobbing with Drake's crew, dancing to Drake's music. Next thing I know, Drake's coming closer and closer and closer. He hugs, I believe it was Joel Embiid, 2 inches away from me. I'm staring at him in his eye like this, hungry, knowing that I left my house that night saying I'm gonna meet Drake like a crazy person, and literally, Adam, I'm this close to Drake. But instead of taking that moment to be like, Drake, can I get a picture? This is gonna prove all my haters wrong. I accepted that it already was done. As soon as Drake moves and makes eye contact with me and I stare at him, I see his second right-hand man and he nods at me like this. I walk out with him. I go, what's next? He goes, brother, take my number. I'll tell you all the details tomorrow. I did it. I was hyped.
So you didn't meet Drake. He just looked at you. I mean, if he just looked at you, did you really meet Drake?
Do something for me. In the next 2 hours, will for yourself to touch nose with Drake. If it happens, I'll sell my entire YouTube channel. I'll give you $10 million.
Did you touch nose to nose?
Literally like this. That's how close he was to me.
Okay.
As he's hugging. If you could do that, I'll give you my Ferrari, I'll give you my Range Rover, I'll give you my mom and dad's keys to the house. I'll delete all my